Welcome to It's a Pace podcast. This is episode 6, and I'm going to talk about the foundation of this podcast, and that's trade shows. And trade shows encompass a lot. It's not just walking the floor. It is sales. It is design work. It is fabrication. It's shipping. It is logistics. It's electricity. It's carpet. It's storage. It's business. Trade show. Literally business presentation. So when you're talking about pace, boys, trade show got a lot of pace going on with it, and you got to really worry about execution, and you cannot. It's really on a micro level because what happens is you got to deliver, you got to get stuff done, you got to do it, you got to do it over again, you got to execute, and the next day you got another trade show. There's no sitting around. You got to do some after action report. You got to improve your processes. You got to get better. Everything on a business scale, Exhibit Associates, my company, has to do. We've got to sell. We've got to design. We've got to build. We got to invoice. We got to do insurance. We've got to do payroll. We got to do everything that a normal company does. But our delivery is that trade show booth being set up perfectly. Our delivery is that museum exhibit ready for opening. Our delivery is that corporate display in the lobby ready for the ribbon cutting. Those are deliverables, and those dates really do not move. They're not good at moving. They wait for nobody. So it's all about execution. So sometimes that pace we can plan out 18 months. Sometimes that pace is we got to plan in 18 days. And sometimes we've had to do stuff in 18 hours. Actually, that's a very true statement. So it's a pace really is about how you focus in business, how you focus in life, and how you focus in fitness and health and your diet. And I keep saying, and a little bit of trade shows. So we're going to dive deep into trade shows, and I'm going to bring some trade show experts on, and we're going to really explore trade shows because I've been doing this for 9 years. I love the business. I think it's one of the most fun out there. I bought Exhibit Associates. I'm a software guy. I've done a lot of software. I had a software company, exited out of that, done some other stuff, a couple of exits. And when I saw Exhibit Associates, I was like, man, this is really cool. So I bought the company. Actually, I called my wife up and said, man, this company is really cool. We got to buy it. And first question out of her mouth was, where are you at? And then a couple months later, we are now owners. So that was 9 years ago. We're post pandemic. That was just one of the challenges we had in the last 9 years, and we'll talk about that. But right now, I just want to say It's a Pace is really about business and about how you focus on maximizing your return on your engagement in life. Boy, that's a long statement, but how are you maximizing your return in your life? Is it monetary? Is it fitness? Is it family? What it doesn't matter what it is. Whatever yardstick you put in there, you, you need to be hitting one way or the other. And that's what pace is all about. Yeah, the money's easy, it's measurable, it's success, amount you donate to charity, the orphanage you sponsor in Haiti, whatever the case, whatever it is that is important to you, how are you doing against what your objective and what your goals are? Now, everybody has them. A lot of cool stuff, but I will tell you this: trade shows wait for no man. They don't wait for any woman. They don't wait for anybody, and you have to keep going after it. Um, and if you miss a deadline, you're toast. If you miss something, you lose that customer forever. So there's definitely a pace, and you really have to tie into that pace. If you don't get that pace right, don't get in the trade show business. But again, trade shows have a cycle. I call it trade show cycle. They have a definite pace. But when it comes to life, your fitness, your health, relationships, you need to determine what your pace is. I'm not going to tell you what your pace is, but if you don't have any decisions and goals, then you don't have a pace. And your goal may be to play 9 holes of golf every day, whatever it takes. Your pace may be, your goal may be to uh, um, go visit seniors assisted living homes and be a friend to senior citizens who are isolated. And it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. But I just want to tell you that pace, you got to have that decision. You got to have your mindset. You got to keep moving forward. The fun thing about trade shows is, one is they have a deadline. Shit has to get done. You cannot miss that deadline. It is impossible to miss that deadline. And it's finite. So in other words, this isn't a strategic play where we're going to say, oh, we're going to make, it's not a world peace play. It is literally, the trade show starts on Monday. What are we doing for it? The trade show starts October 1st. What are we doing for it? And you got to push hard and you got to get it done. So anyway, I'm going to cut it short here. A lot going on here at Exhibit Associates. I've got some deadlines to hit. Episode 6 is about trade shows. Trade shows have a pace. They're fun. The trade show business is fun. Design, fabrication, logistics, happy customers. So, and when you know when they're not going to be happy. So anyway, be that as it may. I just want to say thanks. We've got some episodes coming up on fitness. We got some interviews coming up. We're real excited about the interviews and lining them up. People are real excited about the topic about pace, and I'm going to interview them about their pace, not my pace, or maybe it's my interpretation of their pace. And I'm going to let them ask questions of me about trade shows if they want to go that way. But I don't see that happening. So anyway, Don Jowler here. Really thank you for listening this long about me rambling about trade shows. And we'll go deeper on the trade show cycle and what it takes to get a trade show done, because I think that's important. I don't think anybody has an idea what goes on in the background. So anyway, thank you for playing along. I really do appreciate you. And this is the end of episode 6.